Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Have you ever wondered how to layer transfers? I know I've done a video before, but it was on a window. This is on an actual small little set of drawers for storage. And y'all, I did all of it. I didn't just do bits and pieces. You guys can see me do it, from laying my transfer out to applying it in layers and how I trim it up. So stick around to watch that, and welcome. My name is Sandra. I'm the owner and creator here at Midwest Charm. We are a small storefront in Pine City, Minnesota, right on the border of Wisconsin and Minnesota. You can find DIY paint, Sweet Pickins milk paint, Iron Orchid designs, Roycycled treasures, Connie lines and designs, and more, plus amazing gifts. Plus, we specialize in repurposed, upcycled, vintage home decor and furniture. We are on all the social medias. You look up Midwest Charm, we're there. And our website, www.midwestcharm.co, no M. I always do a list of what I use, and I will link everything below. You guys click them, purchase them. It really, really does help out a small little business like mine. Let's get to the video. Stick around to the very end. I have several pictures of this project completed, and I can't wait to hear if my tutorial helped y'all. So we are using DIY's Aviary, and I am using, I cannot remember the name of this brush, you guys, but they all are found on my website, which will be linked below. I do link all of the products I use. I've had this little set of drawers sitting around for a while now, and because of my health, I just haven't been able to get around to it. And it was a pretty quiet day at the store, so I decided today was the day I'm finally going to flip this. So I went through my paint stash at home and decided that Aviary was going to be the color I was going to use. I wasn't sure where I was going with this. At first, I was just going to paint in Distress and leave it. But then, you know, things happen. This is going to get 2 coats of Aviary. If you've never used DIY paint before, it's a clay-based, no VOC. You can paint inside with it with no problem, even around your kids and your pets. It's super duper pigmented, so the colors are just gorgeous. And you can paint pretty much anything and everything with this paint. It's amazing. It's a little thicker than your normal chalk-based paint, but I guarantee you will love using it. So this, I got pretty good coverage, as you can see here on coat 1. So coat number 2 is just going to be the bomb. It doesn't take, I'm a wimp and can't open it, you guys. I had to find a crochet hook because I couldn't find my screwdriver at the store. I don't know where things are anymore. I'm going to start with the drawers here, and I'm making sure to get the edges. I do, it does end up kind of distressed in the end, but just lightly, and it looks so beautiful. But just doing the second coat, and you can see when it's dry and it's a little bit lighter than the wet color there. And when you seal it up, it's going to be somewhere in between the two. But we're going to do all 3 of these drawers and the base of this again. And as I'm sitting here, I'm actually in the store, in my DIY room, where we carry our DIY paint, the Sweet Pickins milk paint, which you can see behind the project there. We have Iron Orchid designs, we have Roycycled treasures, we have Connie lines and designs. All of them in this room. And as I'm in here painting it, I'm thinking, I want to embellish this somehow, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. I had texted one of my girls, and I had texted one of my friends, Sylvia from Backyard Brushes, and I'm like, what should I do? I just don't know what to do. And I decided, you know what, let's just add a transfer. So I did. I picked one out, and I picked one of my favorites, And you'll see me going about layering that here in just a minute. So here, oh, this is just the top coat. I got interrupted, y'all. Customers come in, and while Samuel was up at the store with me, he is not so hot at helping people check out. So I went up and helped them check out, and then I just repainted the whole top instead of what I hadn't done already. So you guys, look how pretty this green is. I love this color. And then I'm just going to get the front of this, and there is like a little bit of, I don't know what you'd want to call it there, architectural interest with some like little, I don't even know what they're called, but I wanted to play off of those a little bit too here. Yes, you guys, I picked Rose Botanicals from Iron Orchid Designs. And I have worked with this one before on a window, and I didn't show you the totality of how I layer. I kind of started it and then just showed you bits and pieces. So here I am going through the book, and I know I'm not going to use the great big pieces, but I do know I want to use some of these little ones and the medium ones. So I'm just going to cut out some, kind of lay them out how I think I'm going to use them, kind of keeping with the colors that I want. And then you guys, I filmed the whole thing. I didn't just do the, one here, one there, and then the final one like I did on my window. I did the whole thing. So you can see how I layer it. You can see how I cut pieces off, how I work around corners, how I work around the edges. And obviously these are drawers. I did lay the piece on its back, so the drawers are in it. And y'all had said next time I did this, you would love to see all of it. So y'all are stuck. This is sped up a little bit, but probably not enough here. I don't know. There's wording on this transfer, so I'm not using any of the words. So I did cut all of the words off, and then there's also like some little buds and stuff that are alone and like single, like I don't know how to word it, but I cut those out too, most of those. And then I'm going to grab these and start just kind of messing around with a layout. And I kind of knew how, in my head, how I wanted it to kind of fan out from the bottom up. And I knew I wanted that big yellow rose on there. That yellow rose is my favorite one in here, you guys. I'm not going to lie. Now, when you're layering them, it kind of helps to do it like this, where I'm putting some up in front, because then I know what order they need to go in when I am laying them down. Now, in the final result, there's not too much up on that top drawer, but I'm okay with it. I didn't take a picture or anything. I was filming with my camera. So I just kind of peel them off one by one and hope that I remember how it looked. And then I'm just going to start applying them. So when you are working with an Iron Orchid Designs transfer, you're going to peel off the back. You are going to take the little tool that comes with it, rub the transfer down and peel off that top layer of plastic, and then rub the transfer down once it's completely on there. You want to be able to, there I trimmed up a little bit, you guys, because I didn't want it cutting off the flower on the other piece. And you can see that I am working in the crevices first. I am going to lay all that down, and then I'm going to work the rest of the piece after that, because once that's down, the rest of the piece can be laid or can be smoothed out and flattened, and I'm not going to risk cracking it any further. And then I just keep doing this. So when you're rubbing it, when it's all applied, you're doing this just to make sure that you're getting all the air bubbles out. My son is there, and I'm chit-chatting with him. I love, 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 love this transfer. I've used it so much, and there's so many pieces in here that you really do get a really good amount of projects out of it. And I do have some of this transfer in stock, and I will again link that below. And if you scroll back through my videos, and I will try to link it below as well, there is a video of me doing a window. We're just going to keep applying these and layering them as I go. And this one probably should have been back behind, but instead I think I just angle it and cut off a little chunk so that it lays just right and it doesn't look like it's floating. And that's just a matter of personal taste as to how you lay these down. There's no right, there's no wrong. And again, I start in the crevice and do that part first, and then I do the smaller part first, which is up on top, and then I do the bottom part. And I'm just making sure that all of that is adhered down. Actually, I did the bottom part, then the top part. But just making sure it's all down, rubbing it in. What I'm doing right there is just kind of using the vellum piece to crack right where the drawer is so that it will open and close without ripping the transfer off. Let me get you guys some music so you're not listening to me repeat the rest of this. finishing up, I'm taking vellum and going over a good chunk of this here, using my fingernails also to push down any extra pieces. And then we're going to flip this upright, and we're going to seal all those pieces on the drawers with my fingers. You can use the vellum for this. And I'm just rubbing down all the edges to make sure that none of them are loose, and that when we go to seal this, everything is in place. Now, to seal this, I do take everything out, and we are using Big Top. And the same brush that I used to paint it with. I mean, cleaned up and everything. And this is just going to get a nice coat of the Big Top all over all of the drawers and the main piece. Who is excited to see this finished piece? I so in love with it. I can't wait for it to sell. I know it's going to sell fast. Stay tuned to the very end here. You'll see it completely finished up with the knobs. With the knobs, I did take the ones that were on this when we bought it, and I just went over it with some antique gold rub and buff and just got them all golded up, and they look so pretty, and they're like little flowers, so they fit perfectly. Probably was not original. There was probably original to this was probably wood knobs, but this worked out perfect. I think they're really cute. So I want to know what you guys think of this piece. If you like the transfer I chose to use, and if you would do anything different if you were to do a piece like this. For those who have not used a Big Top before, it is a top coat by DIY Paint, and this one does have a slight sheen to it. I wouldn't even really call it a satin, but I guess maybe a satin instead of a matte. Their liquid patina would be more of their matte finish or their waxes, and I'm a big fan of using their waxes, but this one I wanted to seal it pretty good just in case somebody was using this in a high traffic area. And you guys, these brushes are so good for top coats. They're so soft. They're so smooth and flexible that they just put it on so stinking smoothly. They're beautiful. You've got to try these brushes. And again, you guys, let me know at the end of the video what you think. You think? Didn't it turn out so sweet? I love Aviary personally, but y'all know I love the greens. I love them. But I really do think, I debated long and hard about which transfer to use, like seriously overnight for me, and that's crazy. Usually I know exactly what's going on, and I'm dead in and let's go. And I love that transfer. I've used it on so much. I think I've shown you guys my window, and I've done other small stuff too, like all out of the same transfer. Like they did the window, I did a couple like sewing machine drawers and a few other smalls out of one transfer book. That transfer is insane, well worth the money for it. As always, everything's linked below. Please give me a like and a subscribe. It's free to click those little buttons. There's nothing else you need to do. Watch my videos when they come out. It helps us out so much. It is really, really appreciated, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.